Hello everyone, welcome to course study on solid mechanics. In today's lecture we are going to discuss numericals based on simply supported beam with UDL and a moment. The problem statement is as follows. A simply supported beam carries the UDL of 10 kN per meter over a 5 meter from left support A and is subjected to a moment of 15 kN meter at point D. Draw SFD and BMD. Now, as per the given statement, we have a simply supported beam AB, which is subjected to a UDL of 10 kN per meter over the span of AC. That is, that AC is nothing but it is 5 meter, and it is also subjected to a moment of 15 kN meter at point D. So, while solving problem based on SFD and BMD, first step is to find out the reaction by using three equilibrium equation. So our first equilibrium equation is summation of f of x is equal to 0. But remember that at support A, this is support A, as support A we have hinge support. So for the hinge support we have two reactions, one which is acting in upward direction RA and the one which is acting in horizontal direction AX. So we have horizontal direction, that is AX. So this is the reaction which is equal to 0. So only one force in the form of reaction is acting along X direction for a given system of loading. Now second equilibrium equation is summation of f of y is equal to 0. So first one, reaction which is acting in upward direction, therefore will be positive. Second one, the UDL in the term of point load, therefore minus 10 into 5. And the third reaction is RB which is acting in upward direction, there will be positive. Therefore after solving this equation we have RA plus RB which is equal to 50. This is the equation number 1. The third equilibrium equation is moment about A is equal to 0. If you want, you can take moment about point B also, but I am taking moment about point A. Therefore moment about point A is equal to 0 means 10 into 5 into 2.5. So 10 into 5 is nothing but a UDL is converted into point load, and that UDL will act at a distance of half of the span. Therefore half of the 5 is 2.5 minus 15, because this moment it is acting in anti-clockwise direction, therefore will be negative sign, and it creates the turning effect, therefore we have add it into the moment effect, therefore it is minus 1. Again this RB which is acting in anti-clockwise direction, therefore minus RB into perpendicular distance is 10. So we have moment about summation of moment about A equal to 0. On solving this equation, we have RB is equal to 11 kilonewton. On putting RB into equation 1, we have RA is equal to 39 kilonewton. Therefore, RA is equal to 39 kilonewton, whereas RB is equal to 11 kilonewton. So in this way, by using equilibrium condition, we have found out the value of support reaction. Now our next step is shear force calculation. Shear force at left of A is equal to 0 because it's a end. Shear force at right of A is equal to 39 kilonewton because RA is 39 kilonewton. Therefore that RA in the form of shear force will act in upward direction, therefore will be positive. Now we have shear force at C, that is at a major point. Therefore 39 minus UDL has to convert into point load, that is minus 50. So 39 minus 50 will be minus 11 kilonewton. That is the value of shear force at C. Now shear force at left of B is equal to minus 11 kilonewton, because remember that from point C to B no shear force is acting onto the system, therefore it will remain constant. And the very important thing is that at point D, though the moment is acting over there, Moment has no effect while calculating the shear force value. Therefore, we have not considered point D for the shear force calculation. And shear force at right of B is equal to 0 kilonewton. We are going to draw the shear force diagram by using those value of shear forces. Therefore, shear force at A is equal to 0. Shear force at right of A is 39. Therefore, this is 39 kilonewton. Shear force at C is minus 11. So, it will go below the 0 line. So, this is minus 11 kilonewton. If you observe from point A to C, a UDL is acting. Therefore, between point A to C, we have to join it by an inclined straight line. Therefore, you will observe an inclined straight line from A to C. From shear force at left of B is again minus 11 kilonewton because no load is acting at between C to B. And as usual, shear force at right of B, that is at the end, it is 0. So this is the 0 value. So in this manner, we have drawn a shear force diagram. This is the value of A. Now from A to C, an inclined line, because a UDL is acting. From C to B, no load is acting. Therefore, it will remain constant. And again at right of B, it is 0. And this is the 0 line. This is the 0 line. Now, if you observe the diagram carefully, you will find a 0 value of shear force from that particular diagram. And that value of 0 shear force is this one. So, I will isolate this particular triangular part from the shear force diagram. Therefore, this is the triangular part which is isolated from shear force diagram. At point P, we have the shear force equal to 0. Now, we are going to find out that value where shear force is 0 from support A. Let that distance is x and the remaining distance will be 5 minus x because the entire span for UDL is 5 meter. Therefore, this remaining distance is 5 minus x. Now, by using the concept of similarity of triangle, we have x upon 39 means this distance x upon the magnitude is 39, which is equal to this distance upon this magnitude, that is 5 minus x upon 11. After solving this equation, I have x equal to 3.9 meter. That is, it is a distance x from support A where shear force is 0. So at a distance of 3.9 meter from support A, we have shear force value is equal to 0. As shear force is 0, at that point we will get maximum bending moment while calculating the bending moment. Next step is bending moment calculation. Bending moment at the end, it is always 0. Therefore, at A and at B, we have bending moment equal to 0. Now, we are going to calculate the value of bending moment at point P, where shear force is 0, at major point C, and at point D. Remember that while calculating the value of bending moment, at point D, a moment is acting in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, we have to calculate bending moment left of point D and right of point D. First of all, we will calculate bending moment at point P, at this point. At point P, that is at a distance of 3.9 meter from support A, we have bending moment 39 into 3.9 because this distance, the distance of point P from support A is 3.9 meter. Therefore, we have bending moment 39 into 3.9, which will produce the sagging bending moment, therefore will be positive, minus 10 into 3.9 into half of the 3.9. That is, a UDL is acting over the span of 3.9 only. Therefore, that UDL has to convert into point load. So, this is the value of point load only. and it will act at a distance of half of the span, that is 3.9 by 2. On solving this equation, I have moment at P is equal to 76.05 kilonewton meter. Now moment at C is equal to 39 into 5 because RA is 39 and the distance of C from A is 5 meter. Perpendicular distance is 5 meter, therefore 39 into 5 minus 10 into 5 because UDL is acting over the span of 5 meter, therefore this is the value of load and it will act at a distance of 2.5, therefore half of the span is 2.5. On solving this equation, I have moment at C is equal to 70 kilonewton meter. Now we are going to calculate the value of moment at point D. Now remember that at point D a moment is acting, therefore we are going to calculate bending moment left of D and right of D. Therefore moment at left of D is 39 into this 39 and this distance D is 7.5. This distance D is 7.5 because 5 this 5 plus 2.5 will be 7.5 minus this UDL has to convert into 1 minute into point load, therefore minus 10 into 5, so UDL has to convert into point load into 5. This value of 5 is nothing but this UDL will act at the center of 5, so from C point the load will act at a distance of 2.5 and the remaining distance is 2.5, so 2.5 plus 2.5 will be 5. Therefore in this manner we have converted UDL into point load and that will act at a distance of half of the span, therefore that half of the span is 2.5 and the distance between C to D is again 2.5, therefore 2.5 plus 2.5 will be 5. Therefore we have moment at D which is left of it is 42.5 kilonewton meter. Now we are going to calculate moment at D on right hand side. Now while calculating moment on right hand side, we have to consider the value of that moment of that particular point. Therefore moment at point D to the right is given by 39 into 7.5 minus 10 into 5 minus 15 because this UDL will try to hog the beam, therefore for the hogging bending moment we have a minus sign, therefore we have 27.5 kilonewton meter to the bending moment right of it, and again at point B we have 0 value. From those value of bending moment we are going to draw bending moment diagram. Now remember that at point A we have 0 bending moment, therefore this is the 0 value of A. At point B also we have 0 value of bending moment, therefore this is the value of B. At point P we have maximum bending moment, but if you observe from A to C a UDL is acting, therefore for the UDL and for the case of bending moment diagram we have to join it by a parabolic curve, and that should be a second degree parabolic curve. Therefore from A to C we will join it by a parabolic curve, and for that parabolic curve we have maximum value at point P, that is 76.05 kilonewton meter. Now at point D we have two values, to the left and to the right. To the left means it is 42.5 kilonewton meter, therefore from C to D we have 42.5 kilonewton meter. On the same point we have 27.5 kilonewton, so it will go down from the value of 42.5 kilonewton meter, it will go down to 27.5 kilonewton meter, and at point A again it is 0. Therefore in this manner By first of all we will calculated the value of bending moment, and after that calculation we have drawn the bending moment diagram. So we will stop here. In the next lecture we will discuss the numerical which is based on a beam subjected to only bending moment. So thank you.